Welcome to Just in Time series with Vishwadharma. In this video, we want to talk about a root cause of all the problems that you may be facing, or your friends, or community members, or anybody. Right? In this world, there are a lot of problems that people are facing on day-to-day basis, be it office or a company or organization, business, or your institution or any of the domains. You may be facing a lot of problems. The number one reason or the root cause why, in spite of all the best efforts, why are you getting the undesirable effect, or why are you getting undesirable results, is purely because of this particular reasoning. What is this reasoning? Right, look at this particular four quadrants. It's thinking quadrant. So in this, it's a 2 by 2 matrix. Right, you look at this, right things done in a wrong way. This is the number one reason for all the things that's happening, which is creating a lot of troubles or issues in this world, regardless of which domain you are into, regardless of where you are in this country or where you are in this world. Right, so right things done in a wrong way. You may be doing a lot of things with great intentions. You may be starting a lot of projects. You may be initiating a lot of programs, keeping a lot of things into the mind, lot of things into the consideration. However, you may not be realizing that the right things that you are thinking, it may be executed in a very wrong way, which may have an adverse impact. Right, so the most important thing is, let the intentions are not executed in an artificial method of execution. Right, let your natural intentions, the intentions are natural. Right, it's coming to your mind. So when we are coming from the nature, it is important that our thoughts, our intentions, and the impact and everything is properly aligned and mapped to law of the nature. Right, so that's very important thing. And if you think deeply, you will get enormous plenty of examples. So be it health perspective, or be it your career perspective, or parenting, or any aspect of life, the right things you may be doing in a wrong way. Right, so how do you do the right things in a right way? For that, there is only one solution. Fortunately or unfortunately, there is only one solution, is to improve the knowledge. Right, reading books. And you may have to study the books also. Right, it's not, reading is not just enough. You may have to study the books, and sometimes you may have to do the literature review, sometimes you may have to do the research also. Right, studying the books is very, very, very important, to gain the right knowledge and to gain the implementation in a right way as well. So what kind of books that you have to study? The books which are written by, you may be expecting that I may tell you some author name. Right, no, absolutely no. So the books written by some of the great authors who born in the previous generations, or our parents or the grandparents generation and all. So you may be wondering, why not we consider the modern authors or modern books? Well, I'm not saying no for modern authors or modern the writers. The modern authors or modern writers are actually having lot of distractions, and we are all living in a highly distracted world, and our thoughts are mostly biased towards something. It's very rare to find the genuine or the quality, unbiased quality in today's writers or the authors. Right, rare. I'm not saying absolutely nobody is there, but it's rare to find. And if you find such books, definitely worth reading. Again, it's up to your conscious decision making process. Right, so how come you may be asking, like, how come you say that the previous generations authors and writers are unbiased? Well, they lived a very peaceful life. The distractions that we have today, in this kind of today's modern digital world, in those days it was not there, right? 20 years ago or 30 years or maybe 50 years. So um, you know when there were no much distractions, right, they were able to focus peacefully, and they were able to ponder upon their thought process, the ideologies, in a much better and efficient and effective way, right? So that's one simple premise. If you are not convinced with this idea, absolutely fine, you can just simply ignore this video. If you are convinced, then please do read old books, right, as many as you can. And of course, spiritual angle, right, you can even read your own religious books in a religious way, right, in a very faithful way, right? Not just simply to question, but rather to quest, to find the truth, right? So you can read your specific religious books thoroughly, with the intention of finding the facts, right, and finding the knowledge and finding the lessons out of it, right? The ancient books that helps us to gain profound knowledge, right? Those are timeless. So I wish you all the very best for your journey into gaining the right knowledge that can lead to wisdom, right? So the knowledge makes you humble, and the humbleness gives you peace of mind, and the greatest wealth in this world, undoubtedly, peace of mind. Knowledge saves lives. Yes, knowledge saves lives. Thank you so much. All the best for your quest for right knowledge, and implement that right knowledge in a right way. Thank you. Signing off.